Fielding was good, but there was a second run on. If they'd really pushed hard for that first run, very unsure running between the wickets.
Yeah, nobody protected the single on the onside for the left-hander in the previous delivery. So tap and run, yes. When he looked to play towards the longer side, then obviously you would want to put pressure by taking the first one very, very quickly. This one down the leg side. One of the single.
I mean, like we're discussing, if you can't find boundaries, at least when you put bat to ball, you make sure you make full value. Once again, it's knocked into the gap, but straight to the sweeper on that occasion. There's no chance for a second there. Earlier in the over, the same shot went about 15-20 yards to the right of that sweeper, and he had to come in quite a lot as well. That's where they could have had the second run. Quiet block will finish off over number 7. St. Louis American really struggling, 23 for 4. Yeah, I know. Talking about Ansh Patel in the previous over. This will be our first chance to have a look at him. I'm pretty sure the way other spinners have been difficult to get away. Ansh, having seen him bowl, could be a handful here for these St. Louis American batters. Not if he bowls that short.
Well, interesting to see. He's a left-arm wrist spinner. You don't get to see them, not too many around in the circuit. But yes, to be able to control your line and lengths is going to be the key here. Because the first one was quite short. Again, he got away with it because it's only a single. The only boundary we saw earlier in the first over, that was it. Since then, no boundaries at all. And it's crawled to 17 in the sixth over.
You've done 7. This is 8.
I beg your pardon, this is the eighth over. Right, so you need to find a way. These two batters looked a little bit more comfortable. Again, straight to the fielder.
Just to apologize for the little discrepancy in the scores at the bottom of your screen. Just catching up with things a little bit. Taylor's over was followed by Sunny Patel's, and this is definite Ansh Patel. Slowly but surely getting to the right areas. Like I said, I've seen him bowl with much better control, but different situation. Bigger games in the minor league championship where the pressure was on, he really delivered. Sometimes with this kind of situation where your team is right on top, you do tend to take a little time to get into the groove, and that was a brilliant delivery. Finally, landed one in the area, and you could see the turn there.
They went for the big booming drive, completely missing it. A quick chat between the non-striker and the striker. That's my probably just telling him just hang on. You will get opportunities to score runs. Got to put bat to ball.
Bring out the old reverse sweep or switch hit. Can put bat to ball. Look at his action closely, Athar. Puts good revs on the ball, but a mixed bag of an over for Ansh Patel. 8 overs gone, 26 for 4. Stephen Taylor marshalling the troops. I think we'll have another look at Amila, this time from this Combox end. Really, you'd feel that St. Louis Americans haven't put up the fight, especially after winning the toss, and it's not getting any easier. Looks like it's just a matter of time. Pranav has looked good for his 9. All the others have struggled. Slot sweep into the gap, and we'll find the fence. A much needed boundary.
Yeah, he picked up the length early here. Was against the spin, but it's a little bit too full. And that is a good slog sweep. The best part was in the gap, bisecting those two fielders at deep mid wicket. Deep square leg. That's a fine shot. A boundary finally.
Ujjwal need to keep Pranav company. Let's try and string together a partnership. It's another one. This in the air, straight in the direction of the fielder, but over his head. That is better now from Ujjwal.
Yeah, that is a terrific shot. He already hit a boundary. And this time around, this was the dot. And the very next delivery, he went for even a bigger one. Yeah, good connection right from the seat part of the bat. And it sails over the fielder's head for the maximum. That is a very good shot.
Now the fielders have been sent back. Slip is out. Long off has been sent back as well. A little pause before the delivery. Typical one from Amila. Just a single. This is better now. A 4 and a 6, and then the rotation of the strike.
Yeah, it gets the innings going in the direction that St. Louis Americans would want it to see. You know, the Spear is certainly looking a lot more comfortable, and they need to bat deep. I know there's not a lot of overs, but they got to make sure that this continues. You got to try to pick up a boundary because this is the 9th over already. This over has been good for them.
That's the dart, the quicker delivery from Amila. Yeah, the partnership is 19 of 18 deliveries now. They need to continue for the good part of remaining 10 overs. No more flighted deliveries after that 4 and 6 from Amila. Closes the over out with a dot. 9 overs gone, 37 for 4. Good run. Fielders hanging back at the edge of the circle since Ujjwal had been striking big. That allowed the opportunity for the single.
Yeah, there was an opportunity to put it away, actually, short and wide. Couldn't connect it, and a bit of an inside edge. It's only a singles. At least they've got a single of the first delivery. They've got to get it moving here now. 38 for 4 now.
Skipping away was Arnab, got the bottom edge. We'll get a couple of runs.
Yeah, there is still turn. It did turn quite sharply, but not the right line and length from the left arm spinner.
He hasn't hit his straps just yet, Ansh Patel, having given him the big build-up, as is often the case. Switch hit, that will find the boundary. Now the innings getting some momentum for St. Louis American. This one, it was Pranav.
That is a very good shot. That is a terrific shot again. This time around, a reverse. Really good piece of connection. They picked the length very quickly and finds the gap.
Cornet Rice hitting this one out. Generally a regular feature. Tall South African fast bowler for Atlanta Fire. This is off the edge. Flew once again very quickly, but Taylor got himself around nicely. Partnership now 26 of 22.
Look at that turn. Look at that turn and bounce. They'll be looking at, taking a closer look at the surface also. St. Louis Americas.
Gave himself some room. It's in the air though, and taken. Nicely held in the deep. And the wicket has come for Atlanta Fire. The partnership, which was looking good, didn't get to any proportions where it would have endangered Atlanta Fire. And Pranav has lost his wicket.
Yeah, that was the previous delivery. He thought he was in business, wanted to play a really big shot. It did go, but he just couldn't connect it. And in the end, a pretty decent catch in the deep. And that's exactly what Atlanta Fire was looking forward to break the partnership. Partnership broken. 44
for 5. Yep.
44 for 5.
Vinod bhai, give us a break. It's fine. Over. Yep. 10 overs. Yeah. This day 149. We just like yeah. Fani Samadri. Then with his bag of tricks, Fani Samadri takes up the attack at the halfway stage. 44 for 5. Once again, apologies for the little discrepancy in the score. Slightly behind. That fifth wicket fell on the last ball of the 10th over. Athar Ali Khan has given way to Vinod Momchan in the com box as Fani Samadhi once again goes past the outside edge. Very busy man this morning, Vinod Momchan.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I haven't sat together for a while, haven't
Well, this is your chance. See if you can do some fight back for St. Louis Americans because they've really struggled That too after winning the toss.
Yeah, well, early on, I was at the match doing the pitch report, and we should see that pretty soon. There's moisture there. There was a big issue here this morning. I think there was an error on the part of the ground staff because in their keys to get rid of the dew, they ended up pulling the rope across the pitch as well,
Uh,
and a vast amount of moisture went onto the track. So when Hamish Anthony, the former West Indies all-rounder, who's a groundsman here, was rolling the pitch, it ended up leaving marks. And you could have seen, even by the color of it, Chad, you have the experience, even by the color of it, it tells you there's moisture there still. So it was a good decision. Uh, uh, well, it was not a good decision to win it toss and bat first.
I was going to say, that I know with your experience and you having been here all morning, St. Louis American didn't see your pitch report or weren't they listening to you? Because I'm pretty sure it was a case, as it's proven in the first 10 overs, to win the toss and put a strong Atlanta Fire batting lineup under pressure in difficult conditions. The shot is big. Fani Samadri would have to be pitching in line for him to get that decision with that angle. Punch will continue the bowling. Hey, Vinod is good. Mystery spin of Ansh Tail, despite him not being at his best, hasn't really been punished by St. Louis Americans. Obviously, the conditions are not in their favor. Obviously, the match situation with 5 wickets down.
Oh, this is lovely, lovely bowling there by Anthony. And he has realized that once you slow it up, it's even worse here, Shah. Don't give them any pace to work with. He's slowing it up. He's getting some grip as well. Beautiful. That one went the other way. So he's showing his wares here.
He has got those variations up his sleeve. Talking about bowling it slower, the only bowler who went for a few runs was Sunny Patel because he's naturally very quick through the air, the tall wrist spinner.
That last delivery, the prior delivery went across kind, and I don't think Ancho's being too kind.
He's definitely throwing the ball up, sending the invitation. If you're brave enough, come at me, is what Ansh is telling the batters. You got to pick him first, though, if you want to do anything with it. Clearly not picking these two batters. Joshua, all at sea.
Kind seems to be looking to read him off the track, and I think that's the issue.
Every ball. 44 for 5. Fani Samadri. Low full toss, nicely fielded. Excellent piece of fielding. Skipper Stephen Taylor has put himself in the hot spot. He's pretty lean and fit, Stephen Taylor.
Stephen has kept himself fit, and he has been looking pretty trim since the World Cup. Preparations for that World Cup would have been something different, Shah. And that's the legacy of a World Cup you're seeing right there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's despite having a little niggle with his knee. He had to sit out a few games for the national team, but he's recovered well. Last night at the launch party, he was looking very upbeat and could see in the field, very active and agile. Gone straight up. Sunny Patel would not drop this one. And another wicket falls. Ujwal, who struck a 4 and a 6, departs, and Louis American in further trouble.
Ujwal there, just trying to hit himself out of problems more than anything else. You're looking at score 44 for 5. It's a sorry score. Uh, Sorry to say, Shah. It's, Sheila would be very pleased, with what happened there.
St. Louis Americans, 44 for 6. It's a beautiful morning for the start of Atlanta Open T20.
It was in the air, settled nicely. Didn't panic at all, didn't he?
It is the inner marking of Durkal.
Puzzling. Can't understand it. Yesterday, I saw a guy actually was cutting the grass around it. Well, I don't know if that we had done a tournament here recently, Shah, the LPPL, and I think that was probably the boundary marker for that tournament.
Sorry. Can we put that static one here? It will give you better angle. The static camera. Job is really, really difficult considering his team is really in straits. That's gone. Quick bit of work from Rajdeep Darbar. Funny Samadri is asking for a cut behind. It doesn't really matter because the drag was on and Brian Kane signaled the stumping from the square leg position. That is the 7th wicket. All too conclusive, even if the edge wasn't given, but the stumping was indeed occurred. So Fani Samadri gets his 2nd wicket. He hasn't conceded a run. And St. Louis American really, really struggling. 44 for 7.
Because the one person is there, even if it is just going to get access, by tomorrow, end of the day slate, to be fully enforced. When you get target much out there because every time you move, it's shaking. Okay. That is not the first thing to put on mind. No, I feel I might just put him on the ground for the second game. Yeah, you can put him on the ground. And that is not even high enough. Until we can strike. Yeah. Right? That is not high enough anyway. Okay, doesn't matter.
Well. Quite start to the beginning of Atlanta Open. Very, very dominant performance with the ball from Atlanta Fire. This is straight. The finger's gone immediately. And the wickets are tumbling here. And Fani Samadri will be on a hat trick. 8 down now for St. Louis American. A slow delivery, long run up, just the roll of the fingers, a little drift and a little dip. Too good for the number 9. St. Louis Americans, they're really struggling. Funny, we'll have to wait for the hat-trick ball because it's overdone. 13 done, 44 for 8. Sunny Patel. This innings can really end in a hurry here. Sunny Patel, the kind of pace he's got, if he gets a couple dots within the stumps. He's been relatively short all day. 16 runs he's conceded. Just the 1 wicket. Not too short, but you can't expect the number 9 and 10 really. Number 8 and 10, I should say, to cope with this kind of stuff under this much pressure. Drag on. Was just a matter of time. Joshua was all at sea against the wrist spin, and he lost his wicket as well. St. Louis American really capitulating in this opening game. Now they read 44 for 9. Sunny Patel for once giving a little bit of flight there. And the drag on, all hitting the base of Midland leg stump. 10 ball duck for Joshua. St. Louis American 44 for 9.
Shah, you continue to take wickets. 44 for 9.
I've got a hatful this morning.
I just thought I had to move my vehicle. And you see, the language barrier. The guy was actually, Jaish was actually trying to tell me that there's a Jamaican food truck there. And even that I want West Indian food.
Okay.
How
Now,
could I misinterpret that?
yeah, I take great offense to that, Vinod, because it's too early to be talking about food. And you know me, talk about food. I can't do anything else but think about food. So,
Sonny P is back 2 for 16. 44 for 9. Not a good start at all for the St. Louis Americans. Oh, that's a good delivery. That one went the other way. So you're seeing all ways here this morning. These guys are really expressing themselves nicely. At the end of it, is it fair to say Atlanta is on fire?
well, I have been on fire for quite a while, despite this being a very cold and fresh morning. But yeah, sizzling start for the fire.
Must be pretty pleasant for you. It's extreme. You were just in Pakistan.
Oh, it was hot.
It was hot in Pakistan, wasn't it?
Very, very hot.
Even recently, it was very hot here in Atlanta. I think weather probably changed a couple of weeks ago.
The day I landed, although I only spent 3 hours in Atlanta because then I went straight to Dallas,
Hmm
and I felt pretty warm when I walked out to the airport and stayed out for a couple of hours.
You probably thought that you had brought Pakistani weather with you.
Yeah, I was telling my family, like, I didn't expect this in October. I was expecting for a fall weather.
Oh, that's a beauty, hasn't it? And he's gone. So that's the end of that. Shah Faisal has taken all 10 wickets for the first time in his career.
And two inside 15 overs and 44. I have to really think back to see what is my lowest score in a T20 innings that I've commentated on. Sadly, this will be one of them. Fani Samadri, he's got a bag of tricks. This one was a little gentle leg spinner. Look at the laughs and smiles from Atlanta Fire. They've really enjoyed this workout. And
Fani has taken 4 for 0.
and that is hat trick actually because he had taken 2 wickets in the last two deliveries of the last over. Completely forgot about that. The wickets have been tumbling so much that we forgot that. And Fani Samadri, that's why probably Stephen Taylor will ask him to lead the charges of the park.
And he should. The last time we saw anything resembling that in terms of figures, and you would not want me to say this, but I have to say it. Phil Simmons versus Pakistan at 10 overs, 8 maidens, 4 for 3. I have to
I
give
got,
you that.
I got one better for you.
Mm,
Courtney Walsh, 1 runs, 5 wickets against Sri Lanka at
yes.
Sharjah.
And it's funny you would say Courtney Walsh because you just mentioned about Fani's hat trick. And Walsh had a similar hat trick at Brisbane in a test match where he took 2 wickets. In fact, it was so funny. 2 wickets at the end of the first innings. The West Indies then went and bat and a wicket with his very first ball in the second innings. Anyhow, having said that, Shah Faisal is in my company. He has done a fantastic job as usual this morning, but the St. Louis Americans, they haven't. The final word from Shah before we take a short break.
Once again, you'll cast your mind back to St. Louis Americans' decision of winning the toss and batting first under these circumstances, and it has spectacularly backfired on them. 44 all out, and when we come back with the run chase, Atlanta Fire would require 45 to register their first victory in this year's Atlanta Open T20 Championship.
So while we take a break, I think we can probably just show you the pitch report to show you that the guy who was speaking at the pitch report probably had a slight idea.
T20 out. Hey, yeah, the pitch report and it's morning to the pitch is of points here. Look on to the event of and yesterday they are the champion. Don't ever visible pass. Look at the standing structure. The mistake that was made is playing somehow towards a string or taken to both of the and then I'm doing that to and so was and it's yeah. That's the yeah. Team planting is happening. Just that the playing assistance. But I think as the team on the sun is already up, but this pitch will be big, nice. Ball is good to come on to the back. Now we should see some
We're in for the run chase. Paltry 44, St. Louis American, all they could muster. And the two openers are in the middle. Rajdeep Darbar is taking strike. Stephen Taylor is at the non-striker end. Once again, a very warm welcome to Athar Ali Khan in the com box.
Hello. Hello to the viewers also. Yes, we have set this up nicely, Atlanta Fire. Credit to the bowlers, the way they handled themselves in the middle. Yes, some poor batting must be said, but yes, 45 is the target. Don't want to do anything funny here.
Shot whacked away. Couple of bounces over the fence. It's a very good start for Rajdeep, but it has to be said it was a rank long hop.
Yeah, you can't miss out on that. I mean, that's a gift. And he punishes it well. Short, sits up nicely, pulls it quite nicely to the boundary. It's a boundary in the very first over. Look how short this is. It sits up nicely. It just also says that once the sun, I mean, it has been sunny, but it was a little bit dew earlier on. Ball was gripping. Interesting to see how the ball behaves now.
It has to be said generally, coming off of a very hot summer, this is very pleasant this morning. It's been absolutely gorgeous. You cannot ask for better conditions for a game of cricket. In terms of weather, it's a little breeze, the sun is out, not very hot at all, pleasantly warm and fresh. Compare that to when the World Cup was played here in the United States. It was boiling hot, but this is a boiling hot start from Rajdeep Darbar. A little flick back will prevent the boundary. But too short once again from Angad to close out over number 1. Atlanta Fire 6 for none. Rajdeep Darbar didn't like the bat that he came out with. Quick swap at the end of the first over.
Well, he hit a boundary. We saw him nearly picking up his second boundary. No surprises here. Spin from both ends.
Ryan. Taylor goes for the big slog sweep. It feel like it hit the toe end of the bat. Off the mark with a single.
Yeah, his eyes lit up because it was in his zone. Pointing to the mates in the dugout. Maybe change of bats right at the bottom of the bat. He was eyeing to hit it towards mid-wicket area.
One thing I can tell you, Athar, that Stephen Taylor is not going to hang around.
Yeah, if you want to really make a good impact, especially your first match of the tournament, the bowlers have been excellent by bowling them out for 44.
Rajdeep Darbar this time decides he needs to go big, and he does it in style. Clears the fence easily. This could end very quickly here.
Well, that's one of the reasons why he wanted to change his bat. He did pick up a boundary in the previous over. And have a look at this shot. Yeah. Really nice. Gets underneath a good elevation and a big swing of the bat. It's a very good shot. Massive 6.
That is a big hit. His boundaries are quite big. And it landed over the fence, which is almost 10 yards behind that boundary rope. And very rarely you get into the middle in a situation where there is absolutely no pressure on you in terms of the opposition, the score. This game too short. No pace off the wicket just yet. Interesting you're mentioning about the pitch and the sun coming down. We'll have to see if it does quicken up because the sun is not very warm at the moment.
It should. I mean, I haven't seen that grip and turn the way we saw, especially in the first innings. The first couple of overs, we could see that the ball is going to grip and turn right from the word go. It's not easy for St. Louis Americans to defend this because you want wickets here. You really cannot defend that low total in a down the leg side, called a wide. How do you pick up wickets here?
Yeah, very difficult task for the bowlers, it has to be said, but I think the way Steven Taylor is eyeing up probably is coming our way. Well, just to our right and a long, long way. Almost hit somebody walking behind outside of the fence. This is the power of Steven Taylor.
Yeah, I thought it was Hassan Tariq there, right there. He misses him. What a shot. I mean, you already see a big six, but look at this shot. It's just a flick of the wrist and it's gone many a miles. Yeah, right on the front of Hassan Tariq there. What a shot. It's turning out to be a very big over.
He's big and strong, Taylor. Better length on that occasion. Yeah, the amazing part about that hit was he hardly seemed to have hit it. Let's have a look at this languid bat swing. Probably this is the delivery that followed after the six. But a good start nonetheless for Atlanta Fire after two. They're 21 for none.
A great start. What a start this is for Atlanta Fire. It just gives you an indication what the team is thinking. Bowlers did the job, and now it's up to the batters. And it looks like that they're going to they would want to finish it very, very quickly. They've raised to 21 in just 2 overs. 15 in the previous over.
Well, this may be a quick finish, but the action doesn't stop here at the Atlanta Open T20. The second game of the day would be a star-studded affair between Kingsmen versus DCC Raiders Unlimited on field one. And in a minute, I'll go through the lineup of Kingsman X, who has some household names from around the world. And I'm pretty sure they'll be looking to get themselves off to a good start as well. Two Kingsmen sides are playing in this tournament, and both are star-studded.
Well, he's not hanging around, is he, Steven Taylor? Again, a nice looking drive down the ground. It looks pretty strong, especially on the onside. Steven Taylor, skipper of Atlanta Fire. Steve has also picked up 14 in no time, 14 of 10 deliveries. Few field changes. He's trying to be a little bit aggressive here.
This is short, one bounce over the fence inside the power play. Once again, wrong line and length, allowing Rajdeep Darbar to get underneath it and just help it on its way.
Yeah, this was a six from the bat of Steven Taylor. Beautiful piece of timing. Just a flick of the wrist, and it has gone the distance and many, many miles. That's the one. Yeah, poor delivery. Gets the treatment. One bounce over to the fence. again. This time on the offside.
Overcorrection there from the bowler. Rajdeep Darbar. I think they're both trying to outscore each other, although Darbar had majority of the strike. 13 deliveries as opposed to 4 from Stephen Taylor. Another deft touch. Not keen on running very hard.
Now this is going to get over very, very quickly. They just need another 13 runs after 332 without loss.
Like I was mentioning in the previous over, this can come to a close in a hurry. But the next game on this field have some household names in USA cricket and world cricket. Colin Munro is on the roster. So is Harry Tector from Ireland. Shayan Jayasuriya as Rajdeep Darbar once again deposits this over the fence. It hasn't been a day for St. Louis Americans, and it isn't getting any better with the ball either.
He whacks it away for another 6 here. Rajdeep Darbar. Again in the slot, and again a big swing of the bat right from the sweet part. It sails over one more time over the fence.
Got lucky on that occasion. Inside edge could have gone on to stumps on any other day. Just 6 needed.
It's just been too easy for them. Alana Fire is on fire for sure.
Indeed, they have been since the beginning. Fani Samadri with the incredible figures of 4 wickets for 0 runs. As this one is off the thick inside half of the bat. Taylor, on the best of occasions, would not be very keen on running hard between the wickets. Not today, at least, because he wants to have a piece of it. Darbar has stole the strike. He's faced 19 deliveries of a total of, 23.
Yes, he's raced over the 30 in no time at all. He has only faced 4 deliveries, Stephen.
Once again, eyeing on that onside boundary. Big shout. Playing right across the line.
Looking to finish off with style. They needed a 6. Such is probably sliding down the leg side. After 4 Atlanta Fire, 39 without loss.
Near and ready. Darbar makes quick work of this. And Atlanta Fire has got over the line. And the signal has been made by umpire Brian Kane, this has been one very, very dominant performance from Atlanta Fire.
25 deliveries to score 45 without losing a wicket. And that's the winning shot. It was a 6. Now that's the one. Inside out. What a great piece of timing. Played a lovely little cameo here. The target was small, and they made a really good effort to reach 45 without losing a wicket in 4.1 overs, handing them a victory by 10 wickets. So Atlanta Fire wins the first match by 10 wickets.
Cannot get any more comprehensive than that. When I say it's a dominant performance, it's only an understatement. St. Louis American, plenty to think. This group is not going to get any easier for them. It's a very competitive field, but Atlanta Fire has got off the blocks really quickly, and that run rate has really made sure that it will be very hard to catch if anything transpires towards that in terms of qualification later on in the tournament. That would really have given them a mammoth net run rate difference the way they have performed this morning.
Well, they've gone off with a flying start here.
Are we done? Will we not be doing any match summary or anything, or just call it today? Well, that was a quick affair. There's plenty of action coming your way. There's another game scheduled here, and there are more games being played at the other fields as well. This was a very quick and early finish for all of us. I hope you enjoyed our coverage. Myself, Shah Faisal, in the company of Athar Ali Khan and Vinod Mamchan, alongside all our broadcasting team. We'll take a short break now, and we'll come back for the afternoon game from the Paramveer Sports Complex. Until then, it's goodbye.